It was July 2nd, 2013, 6 years since the royal assignment had ended. Back at the clinic, the shuddering news shattered the calm and upbeat mood of the Slim team. After a job well done, they had been confident that the clinics would finally be paid and the royal debt settled.
It just can't be,
cried the Slim nurses, distraught at the shocking news.
Our Dr. Slim suspended?
Whispered Slim Nurse 1 to the team.
3 years?
Echoed the Slim nurses in sheer disbelief.
But we truly did our best. Work long days, nights, weekends, and holidays without rest,
proclaimed the Slim team indignantly.
Yes, and what about those overseas assignments away from our families?
Moaned Slim Nurse 2, recalling the arduous 6-month-long assignment.
Guilty of overcharging.
Exceeded an ethical limit? Protested Slim Nurse 3 loudly.
Didn't they see that we had cancelled so many patient appointments and surgeries?
Yes, and turned away new referrals to attend to this one patient? Added Slim Nurse 1 indignantly.
But wait!
Read this. The court documents state that Dr. Slim rendered exceptional services to her royal patient and was an exceptionally skilled doctor, recited the Slim nurses in chorus, huddled in front of the news.
Why then is our Dr. Slim being suspended? And why are we still unpaid for those 6 months of excellent services after 6 years? And what about being reimbursed for that evacuation, the consumables we packed and carried, and the aircraft charter?
Proclaimed the Slim nurses, their expressions crestfallen, their minds confused. As the hours went by and a deafening silence engulfed the clinic, the stark reality of bankruptcy loomed in their thoughts. They were acutely aware that cash flows at the clinic had dried up due to the large unpaid royal debt. They knew that Dr. Slim had dug deep into her own pocket to continue to pay their salaries. She could not bear to retrench any one of them. But now, through no fault of the Slim team, in circumstances beyond their control, the predicament was stark and bleak. Perhaps most poignant of all were the cries of her loyal patients, equally stunned by the news.
What will happen to us?
We will wait for you to return after 3 years.
Will you come back to take care of us?
At a loss, the Slim patients piled into her clinic, insisting,
Can we sign a petition? Tell us what can we do?
What about our overseas patients? Sighed the Slim team as they'd struggled with long-distance calls. Many had neither internet connections nor easy access to media. They had always just dialed in and set sail. In the days that followed, oblivious of the news, several arrived at the clinic to consult about their ailments, only to be given this shuddering news. It was tragic to see these patients, unwell, journeying in from afar, only to find that their doctor was no more.
Scary, quite unbelievable,
uttered her colleagues as they gathered together in trepidation, pondering the powers of the medical council to strip them of their livelihoods. How does one define an ethical limit for unusual services in unusual circumstances provided by a well-known doctor to a demanding royal? Questioned the internist.
Who has the right to set that benchmark, other than the doctor and patient by mutual consent?
Argued the senior fraternity as they sat sipping scalding hot coffee. After all, it was a scalding proposition that an arm's-length fee agreement reached between doctor and patient for exceptional services could be overridden by a previously undefined ethical limit.
There seems no sure way to know if we are outside the ethical limit unless someone defines and spells out the exact formula for calculating it,
puzzled the surgeons.
Cost of services surely has to be computed into the equation,
contemplated the neurosurgeon.
We need an Einstein, a Newton, someone to help us define this limit,
proclaimed the orthopod,